The culture and civilization, the art and architecture, literature and language, even the bridges, the stadiums of today's world has got to say a lot about the ancient Rome. The ancient Romans have left their mark on our world. The art and culture, its civilization and language, has influenced the architecture, technology, literature of today's world. Ancient Rome has a profound influence on the modern world's government and legal way of working. Engineering innovations such as roads and use of concrete infrastructure, the Roman language, its architecture, and public health practices continue to have lasting legacy. When we talk about language and literature, Latin was the language of ancient Rome. We find that Latin is the root of number of languages like Spanish, French, and Italian. Many English words find their root in Latin language. You can say Latin has contributed a vast number of words to English language which are still used in science and law. Concepts from Roman law and literature are also in use. Poets like Virgil, Horace, and Ovid produced works that have everlasting impact. Even Shakespeare was fascinated by the ancient Romans. When we talk about architecture and engineering of ancient Rome, we find that architectural style of Rome, such as arch and dome, are still used in the modern buildings like US Capitol building based on the Pantheon. The principles of extensive road networks and aqueducts and sewer system are visible in today's structure. Today's large stadiums, big buildings, and apartments have deep roots in Roman designs and construction. The modern indoor heating systems seems to have been taken from the Roman hypocaust system for underfloor heating. Ancient Roman engineers had developed such technologies that helped them to use water power for mills, thereby improving agricultural techniques like crop production and irrigation. They developed and built number of medical tools which were helpful in surgery and sterilization. They had produced number of medicines which were used for centuries. When we talk about society and culture of ancient Romans, Christianity was prevalent. Ancient Roman Empire embraced Christianity, which is the world's largest and the most worshipped religion today. Sculptural art of the then Roman Empire can be seen even today in the museums all over the world. Statues made in those days were carved out of marble. When we talk about the judiciary system of ancient Rome, punishments were extremely harsh. Roman laws and their system of judiciary has served as the foundation for the legal system in many countries such as United States of America and many of the European countries. The legacy of Roman Empire has been varied and significant. It laid the groundwork in many aspects for the modern world. Once a booming empire has laid solid impact on the world in many ways. Though the Roman Empire had fallen centuries ago, it still influences the modern society of the world. Culture and civilizations of Roman Empire is still considered the most influential civilizations ever. Other than law of Rome and its Christianity, there were a number of ancient Roman inventions that still have solid impact on the society of today. For example, Roman numerals of those olden days are still used today. You will be surprised to know that newspaper is a Roman invention. We should be thankful to Romans for their formalized sanitation. The Romans loved their arches. They had developed the architectural arch that allowed them to build bridges and large buildings. The hypocaust system, that is, an underfloor heating, was founded by ancient Romans. Aqueducts were built by ancient Romans to bring water from nearby sources into their cities and towns. Romans were the first people to manufacture medical tools. Rome has produced great warriors like Pompey and Julius Caesar who used spears and daggers. But simultaneously, they developed medical instruments used in surgery. Ancient Romans were the producer of concrete, a versatile and robust building material which helped them to build strong and big buildings. Transportation system was developed by ancient Romans. Romans built strong and hard road to bear any season. To your knowledge, Romans had built about 50,000 roads, almost 80,400 kilometers by 200 AD. During the Roman Empire, the first bounded book was produced to keep their writings safe. The Julian calendar was invented by the ancient Romans. The system of apartments were founded by the Romans. Ancient Romans had invented early form of postal service. It was the Emperor Augustus who had created the system of sending messages and notices. To outclass their enemies in strength, they developed naval system. They developed testudo, meaning tortoise type of defense. Today, such shields are used by the police facing a riot. With all these discoveries and inventions, it is clear that ancient Rome was a critical period of technological findings and advancement for our world of today. This is Facts About the World. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you for joining.